Hello everybody, welcome to Free Coder. Here you can learn all about programming.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are diving into something huge, a release that's really starting to shake things up in AI-assisted coding, Cursor 2.0. And let me tell you, this is way more than just a simple update. It's a total rethink of how we as developers can actually work with AI.
Look, let's be real for a second. We've all been there, right? You're deep in the flow, you ask your AI assistant for a hand, and you just wait. That little bit of friction, that lag, it's the single biggest bottleneck in the whole workflow. Well, Cursor 2.0 is designed to smash that bottleneck to pieces.
So, here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about the new philosophy. Then we'll get into the engine that's making it all happen, a thing called Composer. After that, we'll check out the multi-agent interface, which is seriously cool, cover some of the pro-level features, and then wrap up by talking about what this all really means for you. Okay, let's jump in.
Cursor 2.0 is a massive step forward. We're talking about moving past just getting little snippets of code here and there. Now, it's about having a real AI partner that can tackle complex, multi-step jobs from the very beginning all the way to the end. And the engine that makes all that possible? Well, that's where we're headed next.
Okay, so at the beating heart of this whole new experience is Composer. This is Cursor's very first in-house coding model, and it was built from the ground up for one thing and one thing only, to give you fast, smart, agentic coding, all without ever leaving your editor.
And the performance leap here is just wild. Composer is 4 times faster than other models that try to do the same thing. This isn't just a small bump, it's a total game changer for your daily workflow.
And that speed translates directly into some incredible efficiency. Think about those really complex, multi-step coding tasks. You know, the ones that would normally have you pulling your hair out for hours? Most of them are now done in under 30 seconds. That allows for this super rapid, seamless cycle of iteration that just wasn't really possible before.
Let's make this real. Here's a task that was given to Composer. Investigate a nasty bug where users are getting panics related to the event bus. Now, this is a tricky problem. It requires understanding the context across the entire code base.
And this is where you see the magic. Composer's power is in its process. It doesn't just guess at a fix, it autonomously follows these exact steps. It investigates the code, it creates a plan, it traces the root cause, which in this case was a race condition, and then it implements and even verifies the fix. The whole thing, end to end, all in less than 30 seconds. Incredible.
So how in the world does it do this? Well, Composer is what's called a mixture of experts model. It's been trained on massive, real-world code bases using reinforcement learning. But here's the crucial part. It knows how to use tools. It can search your code, it can edit files, and it can run terminal commands to solve problems. You know, just like a human developer would.
And this thing is only getting smarter. I mean, this chart shows its capabilities are just consistently going up and up with more training. This isn't just some clever parlor trick. This is a reliable intelligence that you can actually start to trust to handle an entire project, from a quick MVP all the way to a full build-out.
All right, now let's see how all of that speed enables the next massive innovation here, the multi-agent interface. This is a complete paradigm shift. Seriously, instead of thinking about one file at a time, you start thinking about the final outcome you actually want to achieve.
The old way was so linear, so focused on one file at a time. The new way? It's all about parallel work and focusing on the outcome. You give your team of AI agents a goal, and they all start working on it at the same time, handling all the little details and file changes to get you there.
So what does this actually look like in practice? Well, you can give the same prompt to multiple different models at once. So here's Composer's take on a problem, and it's generating its solution.
But, and here's the cool part, at the exact same time, you can see how another model, like Claude Sonnet, decides to approach it. You instantly get a second opinion.
And hey, why stop there? Let's throw GPT's approach into the mix. So now you've got 3 totally distinct solutions all in a matter of seconds. You can review them, compare them, and cherry-pick the best parts of each one for the best possible result. It's literally like having a team of senior engineers brainstorming for you on the spot.
And to make this even more powerful, there's now a built-in browser. This lets the agents run and test their own code all by themselves. They can handle interactions, check if their changes worked, and just keep iterating on their own. It creates this super fast, closed-loop development cycle that barely needs you to intervene at all.
Now, of course, with all this incredible power, you need control and you need security, especially if you're working on a professional team. Cursor 2.0 addresses this head-on with a whole suite of pro-level features.
Let's run through these real quick. Agent commands now run in a secure sandbox by default, so no worries there. You can define and share custom commands across your whole team to keep everyone consistent. The Language Server Protocol, the LSP, is way faster, making things like go-to-definition and diagnostics basically instant. And maybe best of all, you can see every single change an agent made across multiple files in one unified view, which makes code review a breeze.
There's also this really clever new plan mode. It lets you use one model, maybe one that's really good at high-level strategy, to just create the plan. Then you can hand off the actual grunt work to another model that's better at implementation. It's just another layer of strategic control.
So let's step back. What does all of this, the sheer speed of Composer, the parallel workflows of multi-agent, the pro-level security, what does it actually mean for the day-to-day life of a developer? The single biggest takeaway is this: your role is evolving. With AI agents handling more and more of the low-level, line-by-line coding and debugging, your focus naturally shifts upwards. You go from being a builder, laying every single brick by hand, to being an architect, designing the blueprints and directing your team of agents to bring that vision to life.
Which really leaves us with a pretty fascinating question for the future. As these tools get more and more capable and more deeply integrated into how we work, you have to wonder, when you fire up your next big project, is the partner you're going to rely on the most going to be another human or a highly intelligent agent?